Okay, so here's the Hewitt garden.
To Russell and Audrey.
We're starting out at the herb garden, and we have, what's the first one here? Basil. And then we have sage over here, and then we have thyme, and then we have fennel, and this is the lemon balm with the yellow flowers.
Okay.
Catnip is growing wild with some purple flowers, and Mr. Grinch, our neighbor, sometimes comes over and nibbles on it.
Wait, Mr. Grinch is a cat.
And this, what is this over here?
Oregano.
Oregano, which we have a lot of. And back here is the dill, in case we want to make any dill pickles. So here is the
Lacinato kale.
Kale,
which unfortunately has been nibbled on by some insects. Yes.
Oh, and insects. And these are beans of
tricolored beans.
Okay, and that's one row here. And then down below here we have what?
Baby kale.
Baby kale. And then these are the beans spreading over here. More kale in back there. And this is another 2 rows of beans.
Tricolored beans.
Okay, and in the back,
yellow, green, and purple.
And the trellis in the back here held many, many peas, and now we're waiting to put something else there in the back. And this is our vertical garden of tomatoes, primarily tomatoes. This is the recommended way of growing organic tomatoes. So as you can see, they're held up by strings and clips, and this trellis is moved from one bed to another each year. We have 3 wooden beds here, and then we have 2 plastic ones on the end and half a plastic one. So the idea here is you have them grow vertically, and they spread out. We trim off the lower branches below the fruit, so that
the lower branches.
The lower branches below the fruit, so that like this one here, you'll see there's a flower on one branch coming off the main stem. The idea is to have the fruit coming off the main stem, not off the ancillary stems on the sides. So we also have marigolds here, which are good to have near the tomatoes to repel insects.
Oh, good, I see more.
And we have arugula and lettuce down here.
Mesclun lettuce.
And then you'll see the white thing is garlic that was just put in here because unfortunately last night we had an attack from deer. And these are sun gold tomatoes, these 2 in the front. This is aroma here. And
this plant we nursed back to life. So it was very, very sad to see that 2 of our Roma tomatoes, which were just beginning to ripen, were eaten.
And then this is a big boy, more traditional big boy, but organic in the back here. And then that is another sun gold in the back. And what is the one in the middle?
Which one?
This is another cherry tomato in the middle.
Cherry.
Okay, now we go over here to the carrots. What can you tell us about the carrots?
They're a cava carrot, but we have not harvested any yet, but the greens look very promising.
And what type of peppers do we have here?
Let's see, this is a lipstick pepper.
That's this one over here that's starting to turn red. And then we have another one over here.
See, I don't know if we have a name on that one.
And this one here. But they look pretty healthy and they're growing.
Oh,
now,
that one looks good over there.
Yep, and there's another one in the back there.
And our garlic plants are truly ready to be harvested.
But these were planted last fall. Last year when we had garlic, it was planted around July, or let's see, yes, and we had them, we had, well, in any case,
planted in the fall.
Fall, and then we had them the next year up until Thanksgiving. So this is what we have this year. We've picked 2 of them, have used 2, and then we will take the rest out and dry them in the garage, and we'll see how long they last. Maybe we'll get to Thanksgiving with those again this year. And then over here we have beets of
we have a beet
kinds.
blend, and then right over here we have Swiss chard. I think I had mentioned that this garden is not that plentiful right now, but we're hoping it will see more growth.
So for some reason these are alive but not thriving. But thriving is our borage. And we have eaten the flowers off of the borage.
With our salad.
Our salads.
Which are very healthy.
And
we have the yellow squash.
Squash, which
And I
is
just picked 2 today, but here's a little one down here if you want to show it to Russell and Audrey. Right under the flower. Yeah.
right down there. Yep, that's sort of like one. Yep. Okay. And then in the back we have cucumbers growing up on the trellis. So again, these might not be the way you would see cucumbers traditionally grown. However, by growing upwards, they stay off the ground. They don't rot. They're less likely to be attacked by insects that are living in the ground. And then over here we have what was our strawberry patch. It's a little bit dry and weedy looking right now, but we had a great patch of strawberries. We've done almost nothing to them every year except pull out the weeds and the leaves in the spring, and we have great strawberries. And the plants were from one of Rose Shaletti's children's school fundraisers.
Correct.
Many years ago, elementary school. And then we have some wildflowers in pots, which is something new this year. Wildflower seeds that we had for several years, and it looks like they're growing nicely also. Some here, and here's our rain barrel, which we have not needed to use yet this year, but we have it ready in case we do need it. And here's more of our wildflower collection, a complete variety of wildflowers.
Okay, last but not least, we'll go to our pollinator garden, and that's it.
And here's our shade sail that we needed to install this year to provide shade, since we can't, we're not having friends inside. So we added 2 more Adirondack chairs, and we have our shade sail for shade when we need it, and our new fence and new yard. And then under the cheesecloth here, we have 2 different kinds of blueberries. We're struggling to keep them away from the birds. And we have some raspberry plants, but they're new, and we haven't had any berries yet. And this is our pollinator garden, as Cheryl said, and this is our marsh marigold, which we didn't think was going to bloom because we put it in around this time last year. However, we were pleasantly surprised with many flowers early in the spring this year. And then what is this next one, Cheryl, with the beautiful multicolored leaves?
I don't remember what
There's a
this
tag
is.
down in the front here. It looks like wild spotted geranium.
Geranium.
No wonder the leaves look like that. And then this next one doesn't have a tag.
Okay, we have a Cheyenne spirit coneflower.
Okay, and these are like Rebecca's, this one, the purple ones here, but we've got our
These are, I
pinkish
think, a
purple.
coneflower.
That could be 2 different kinds of coneflowers. This one here is the, what is it? Java geranium or something like that?
Espresso, I thought.
Espresso. I knew it was a coffee-like name for a geranium, which is already bloomed. And then these are, the yellow flowers are more cone flowers.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
And
then
this one
is
over
from
here?
our wild lupine.
So that's our lupine, which is new this year and is already bloomed.
And then a mellow yellow coneflower.
And that's about it.
Yeah. So that's it. So, yep. Okay. Now, I just want to say, if you like this, like us. Yeah, like us, okay? Thanks so much. Have a great evening, actually. We're on our way for our walk.